very warm welcome to the Sangha House YouTube channel and the Tai Chi section. These videos are going to take you through some of the principles of Tai Chi, and as the months go on we'll look at some of the actual form as well. But I'm going to start with what we call the principles. Tai Chi can be seen as, well, it's a bit like a language. You've got layers in a language. So in a language you have the words, and in Tai Chi you have the words, the vocabulary if you like. And in Tai Chi the words are the postures, so things like brush, knee and push or single whip. These are the actual words of the language. But you've got also a layer below that, which is the grammar, the order that the words can be strung together. And the same applies with Tai Chi. When we get onto the form, you'll see some of this. Tai Chi makes sense if the postures are arranged in a certain form, a certain structure, if you like. But there's a third aspect of a language which is really important. When you use a language, you've got to have good pronunciation. And the same is with Tai Chi. The principles are the pronunciation of the language. And actually, for me as a teacher, it's more important that the student understands that pronunciation. So these early videos are going to be all about the pronunciation. And today I'm going to look at essentially the relationship with the ground. This is key. Tai Chi starts at the ground. I think many body functions start at the top of the head and kind of work down. And we tend as humans to be arm and hand led. So we do stuff with our arms and our hands. But actually in Tai Chi, it's our relationship with the ground that really matters. That's the important bit. That's what we're going to look at today. So, to get an idea of this, first of all, you can get yourself into a comfortable standing posture. You'll notice my feet, I've arranged them so they're definitely pointing forwards. They're not in a comfortable stance outwards. So the feet are arranged so they're pointing forwards. And this allows you to pull the knees out slightly. And then you've got a good structure collapsing down to the ground. You relax the knees a little, you don't lock them. Nothing is ever locked in Tai Chi. We're totally relaxed, totally softened. And in a sense, this allows the strength of the ground to come up through the structure of the body to the head top. Theoretically, every inch of your body is connected to the ground through this structure. Now this is present all the way through Tai Chi. So when we're doing our form, when we're working on our two-person stuff, we want to feel this gentle, softened relaxation into the ground. There's a very simple exercise you can do to feel this. So if I turn slightly side on, and it's called attention and preparation in the form. And it's this simple movement. So you're rising slightly in the legs, and the hands drift up, then the elbows go heavy, and you come back down again. So very simple movement. And normally we think about executing this movement by lifting the body and lifting the hands. So you're almost lifting yourself away from the earth. In Tai Chi, we kind of turn this on its head. So if you relax into the ground, and instead of thinking about lifting yourself up, think about pushing the earth away. It's almost as if you are static in space and the earth is moving. So you relax in and you really get this idea of feeling that firm connection with the ground through the structure, and you gently push the earth. It's not a big movement, but because the earth is solid and big, it doesn't go anywhere. And we do, so we lift up. Now that drives essentially energy through the body, up through the spine, into the shoulder blades. And it's this that lifts the arms. And then you allow everything to soften, and you relax the knees, and you imagine that the earth is coming back towards you, pushing the earth away, and then relaxing down again. It's a very nice exercise just to get into this relationship with the ground. In the health and well-being industry, we often talk about being grounded, but actually this is what it means. So really thinking about that, pushing the earth away, driving yourself up. So at all times, it's our relationship with earth which generates the movement. Let's try that a few times. So the more you take your mind down and be present with the ground, the more effective these exercises will be. Okay. So now another exercise you can do is in a stance we call the bow and arrow stance. So here the front toes are pointing very much forwards. The back toes on a 45-degree line. The feet aren't in line, they're at shoulder width apart, so it's almost as if your feet are on opposite corners of a square. But you need to make sure that the arrangement of the feet is correct, so that when you gently move forwards and backwards, the knees track over the feet. Again, this allows this correct structural alignment and association and relationship with the ground. So standing in this posture, first of all get used to it by gently taking yourself forwards and backwards. Never lock the knees. So when you're forward, the back knee is still slightly relaxed. When you're back, the forward knee is still slightly relaxed. Plus, the feet stay firmly on the ground. You're not lifting the heels or the toes. They're permanently flat on the ground. So you get used to this movement. And then, to bring the mind into play here and its association with the ground, what you can imagine is that joining the palms of the feet under the ground is a semicircle. A little bit like the rail of a rocking horse, going from the palm of one foot to the palm of the other. And you take your mind down and follow that route, that path under the surface. And what you'll find is, because of the nature of the way you're using the mind, you get this little rise and fall in the body. This is called uprooting in Tai Chi. Ung energy, it's also known as. So really work on this idea. You could manufacture the body movement by lifting and dipping the body, but what I want you to do is use the mind. All of the Tai Chi principles, they're driven by the mind. The way we create a visualization in the mind influences the movement of the body. So the body stays nice and relaxed, so that you get this lovely connection with the ground all the way up to the head top. The upper part of the body nicely aligned, so you don't want to be leaning forwards and backwards. The upper body is just carried by the movement of the lower body, which is being driven by that relationship to the ground. You can play around with this and really work on that relationship. Feel it. Feel how you're connected to the ground. Do it on both sides. Just relaxing down. Taking the mind down on that semicircle. Now in Tai Chi, it's this kind of relationship with the ground which drives these. So another excellent exercise we can do is to come back into our bow and arrow stance and bring yourself back into the back foot. Turn the belly slightly off. Put the one hand in the crook of the hip and the other hand floats in center. Then you can drive yourself forward out of the back foot into the front foot and the hands roll over. And then the front foot engages with the ground and rolls you back. So the hands are being driven and moving because, again, of the engagement of the feet with the ground. So if I do it slowly and explain what's going on. So from here, my right foot engages with the ground, it's pushing down. This drives energy up the spine, into the shoulder blade, and that is what brings the hand over. So when you come to the Tai Chi form, at all times in the form, these hands are being driven by the way the feet are engaging with the ground. The more you feel this, the more you develop a habit of using the mind and the body connected in this way, the better your Tai Chi will be. It will be different. Tai Chi is not just a series of moves. We're using the mind in a particular way. So now swap the feet around and do the same the other way. Engage with the ground. And then we can complete this picture by combining the two, the relationship with the ground and that Ung energy, that semicircle under the ground. So if I come back in, so this time what I do is drive the mind down under the floor on that semicircular path, and you get this little rise and fall. And it has an effect over the path of the hands through the air. You get this slight rise and fall. Many of the postures in Tai Chi use this principle, this Ung energy, this deep relationship with the ground. Let's do the other side. This is how we use Ung energy and the relationship with the ground to drive the body. It's a very different principle to the usual human movement, if you like. So thank you very much. Next time we're going to look at the principle of what we call Peng or Bong energy, which is the roundness and our relationship with the space around us. Thank you very much.